Hey guys, welcome back, it's Lucid. We are jumping back into Dota All-Stars, where we are playing Nottheim. The coming of winter. Or of night, I guess would make more sense. What did I actually name it? Where are you, Nottheim? Oh, the dark winter. There we go, that makes sense. Okay, so we've got a few things for you. The first is I've got a battle to treat you to. I just got this turn, but I've already looked at it. So apparently the forces of what do you want to call it? Nazmor are marching out against the forces of Max Fernie. Now, on one hand, this was, I think, a very predictable move, just from knowing last game's turn. Like, it was, I think, very easy to predict that Max Fernie was going to go here. And it was unlikely that I was going to go there. So, kind of odd that he sent this force in. Because there's not a lot of PD here or anything behind it. But anyway, so let's take a look at, because these guys are scary as hell. They've got just a bunch of Van Heers, which are renamed Atomic Murder Machines. And so Van Heers... So first of all, they have two weapons, and they hit pretty, like, very high attack skill by default. And then we've got a Melkort leading them. Melkorts, of course, are excellent generals and quite hard to pick off. And then a little bit of Saramatian cavalry, and then a little bit of flagellants. So on this side, we've got a line of Elmish infantry, which have pretty good protection, but that protection is not going to matter as much once we see the Van Heers get going. Heavy infantry, some Millites. The Javelins here actually probably legit, hopefully they use them. I think, honestly, if there were like 200 Millites, rather than whatever number this is, and then they all use their Javelin, they would probably have a chance at killing all these guys. And then the crossbowmen. These guys are pretty effective. This is one of the higher damage. My crossbows do more damage, but mine attack one every 3 rounds. So mine are going to be better against like very thick things. But these are going to be better against a lot of other things. But you can see they do 13 piercing damage. Range 40. And then they have a few archers, and then they have these guys who honestly are just going to effing die. I mean, there's a chance they get the Melkort, but I find that unlikely. So anyway, without further ado, let's let these guys square off. You can see it popped Glamour on a few of them. And like, if we ever have to fight these guys, we can also do... Well, we can do archers. I don't really know. These guys are in... We'll do the math after this to see if we think archers will work. There's really 2 numbers we have to compare to for protection, because now that everybody's blessed, so let's take a look at them. How did they get blessed, by the way? These guys are not Holy 3, unless this was his prophet. Oh, they are Holy 3. Holy shit, I forgot these are the Melkort, the Baratosian Melkorts. And they're Holy 3. Okay, so he did send these guys on attack rear, and I think this was formerly a Dryad. So they're going to be going after the Melkort. We'll actually watch that. But let's take a look at these guys' bless. So, shock resistance 15, which means he's thinking about Wrathful Skies shenanigans. Fire resistance 10, Blood Surge 3, Heat Aura 3, Berserker 2. So, when they have Blood Surge and Berserker going, they already have Berserk, but it's going to be Berserker 7 now. So once Berserk triggers, they're going to get 7 attack, 7 damage. Yeah, 7 attack, 7 strength damage, and 7 protection. All at the cost is their defense is going to go to shit. So let's take a look at somebody who has probably gotten triggered. I want double triggering. Maybe this guy looks double triggered. No? We'll let the battle go on a little farther. So, okay, let's take a look. So some of these guys are coming back, because now the Melkort is kind of surrounded, but he's also blessed, and if he goes berserk, we don't have to worry about him running. Like, these guys are just not going to be able to kill a Melkort, I'm sorry. 24 protection, they hit for 16, they have to get so lucky. And then, yeah, the Van Heers are coming back. So now if we look over here... Okay, somebody here is going to be triggered. Okay, this guy's got both, so he's got... Well, he's also bleeding. But he's got Blood Surge active, he's gone berserk. So he's got 23 strength, his defense is 4. Though part of that's from being harassed. But you can see he has 230 damage attacks, which is huge. Just completely ridiculous. So these guys are super duper scary. Now, the good thing about this for me is at some point when I'm doing skelly spam or things like that, or I've got just mounds of dudes, them getting high protection would be an issue. But like the big giants are going to be able to hit through it, but my giants don't have great attack, so we're going to basically be hitting every time. And like, honestly, we have shitty attack and defense, so like they're not. Does not make them that much more lethal against my undead. Like, sure, okay, they're gonna one-hit kill my giants, whereas before it would have taken 2. But my other things, they're still gonna one-hit. They would have one-hit before. They're gonna be a little harder to kill with the protection, but this isn't that scary for my dudes, except my Ice Guard. The more I think about it, the more I'm gonna need to go heavy on these crossbowmen and just start shitting them out. Like, I need probably 2 armies of 100. Or 2 armies of 200. I need a lot. But he's my ally. We'll see. I'll kind of see what he's thinking about Diplo as we start getting close to the end. But I'm sure we're kind of sizing each other up. And so they murdered everybody, and now they run back forward. So... there's... Obviously, they're, yeah, their attack skills buffed a little bit from Blood Surge, but mostly it's kind of a damage output. So it's going to be very good against super combatants and things like that. Like, if you're trying to run super combatants or super elites versus these guys, you know, like statues or something, you know, oh my god. Weaknesses in this, though. They don't have magic weapons, so potentially, I'm going to say this even though it's not true. Versus the right numbers, or possibly if perfectly buffed, Scrotty could take these guys if they have body ethereal. I would have to test that extensively before I try it, and it would be very kind of highly tuned. They're also stealthy, which is of course ridiculous. So anyway. Yeah, we'll do events since I'm clicking through. We got some Earth Gems, nice. We got this, which increased the growth, but reduced Dominion. Which, you know, fuck me. I need my Dominion spread. I can't get Dominion anywhere. I mean, I guess the income was nice, and the growth, I mean, like, I already have max growth. There's just a shitty event. And then down here, we get another minus 100, and then 39 unrest. Now this is right here, so I don't really care about the unrest, because it's unrest on a shit income province. But look what we did get. While we have been having bad luck, in terms of site searching, etc., events, not really. We've been okay, we haven't site searched that much. These guys, another 4 gem site, with a 1 gem site, with a 1 gem site. This is a 6 gem site. This is 6. Like, enemy capital, almost enemy capital. I mean, not really, but I mean, this is just a nice province. But like 2 enemy capitals worth of gems right here. And then this one's super high income, so pretty happy with that. In other news, these are the elfish, it looks like a corgi. But I feel like it's supposed to be like a wolf or something, but it looks like a corgi. So Team Corgi, which is really the troll elf nation. I'll pull them up. And I believe they're worried about something or another, so they're kind of playing elves rather than trolls. That was the player. I've talked with the player a little bit, and they were saying like, yeah, we can play trolls or we can play elves. Now, their capital, I believe, is right here. And they are at war with Pompeii. So this is 3 from their capital. It's also 3 from my capital. So I'm kind of okay with them having that, but we're gonna get all this. This is gonna be mine, or definitely this, and I think I want that too. We'll see. Anyway, okay, next order of business. So last turn we had about 100 siege strength on top. This turn we had about 160. So it's probably down at half or a little more. Here we've got a shit ton. We've got 500. Now we're not going to move all 500 because apparently there's a little fort over here which I want to take. Which I'm not even... Oh, I have this scout. That's why I have vision of it. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to move part of these guys over here. We're moving actually the bulk of them. So we're probably moving like 300 siege strength over here. What is left is these guys here. We're going to move them over this way. And we're going to bring in some of the Solus we've reanimated. Because if you remember, there were 70 corpses here. So we got 50 Solus, basically, last turn. And so they are all going to kind of roll up down here. Let's do that so their morale's not so completely garbage. And yeah, this will be fine. we're either gonna sneak or we're gonna ping, and I'm not sure, we can change it, but we're gonna do one or the other. I feel like this army is probably strong enough to take out his cap. But it could be there's another... what I expect, though, is there's an army of 100 here, and then there's these guys here. And this would be a hard fight. Like, especially if he kept these guys in his capital, holy shit. Then I don't think he could take it. But the fact that Nazmor has lost this goon squad... what I think that means is that he's going to have a lot of trouble keeping his cap. So anyway, I'm going to let Max Fernie decide whether he wants to take the cap or not. And then I'm going to go over and take this. And I would love to have another fort, so... and I don't know what's here, but holy shit. What a good sight. Now, I've got a Well of Pestilence here, too, so... I had a couple guys get disease. Fortunately, none of my commanders. For those of you who don't know, if you hit the tab key, I don't know when they added this feature, you get to see who has afflictions, so kind of cool. One thing, because this is kind of a little... or this group of people was kind of a... what do you want to call it? They were synced up so this guy could do Power of the Sepulchre. But we're breaking that up because I needed to split this army. We're bringing in one of the guys here with these guys, and he's gonna rebalance that out. Yeah. If he has the small air elementals, they're not gonna do shit, because they're only gonna be size 3. And this guy, is part of his bless, has shock resistance. So he's basically immune to small... I mean, they're size 2, so they'll still be, like, barely trampled. But it's like... it's shitty trample damage. And then the bigger guys are going to be immune. What did the Dryad cast? Oh, protection. Who did she cast it on? I guess she cast it on this guy? Yeah. And she targeted some flagellants. So anyway, we're gonna ask him what he wants to do. I'm just gonna be a good neighbor here. As it turns out, with all these magic sites, I'm gonna be pretty happy with just getting this. He'll probably get kind of the lion's share. But that's okay. I'm going to aim to get the thrones and things like that after this. We're also upgrading a lot of our infrastructure. We're upgrading this fort. I'm being kind of greedy with forts. I'm spending so much on forts and I'm not tapping out production. You know, I said I wouldn't do it. I said I was going to stop. We can kind of... Maybe we have to do this. Let's go to Nottheim. I was going to get an Eagle King, but, you know, last episode I promised I would stop, and I think we're going to stop. We need to get 100 of these. I need to black out the sun. Yeah. Okay. So, true to my word, we turned back on unit production. I can't... okay, I've been greedy, and I really can't be this greedy. Now, I don't have mage production going on here, but I'm only going to miss half a mage turn, and then next turn we'll turn it back on. We're also getting a Scrotty, so the other thing I need to decide is, do I want to make anything right now for a Scrotty? I'm not sure. I think my Scrotty's gonna blood hunt for a little bit. Like, he can make a Sanguine Dowsing Rod. He can blood hunt. I think that's just what he's gonna do. And this is actually kind of an okay location for that. We're gonna have a fair amount of Solace. Especially if I get... I have a scout here, look. Okay, you're gonna either go here... You're gonna come back up. This guy's gonna patrol, because he can lead undead. So, yeah. We're site searching here, hopefully we find something good. We're site searching here, hopefully we find something good. We're site searching here, we could find something. So we've got a fair amount of site searching going on this turn. Need to site search that. This guy's site searching, I don't know if I clicked on him, but yeah, we got our first of the Nahuli. And, I love Nahuli. So anyway, he can fly around and get all the forests, and then we'll probably get the swamps next. What else? I would probably get another, maybe I get another Nahuli next turn. What I really need, so if we look at research priorities, Construction 4 is finishing this turn. Now what does that give me? Why did I go Construction 4? Well, it's gonna give me Earth Boots, and I don't have any Earth 3s, so Earth Boots... I'm gonna have this guy popping out next turn, and he is going to be able to cast, or create Earth Boots, and I've got now a decent Earth income, thanks to Nazmor. So yeah, now we're gonna make some Earth Boots, and then we're gonna make hammers. I'll probably actually be able to make 2 hammers, and then we're gonna be able to take these Death Gems, and we're gonna turn them into Amulets of the Dead. And that, I think, is going to be a very good value for my Death Gems in the early game. So all my Death Gems are going to Amulets of the Dead. I desperately need to get out... I need to make another... Do I really want to do a Nahuli? Yeah, we're going to do a Nahuli here, and then she can go site search. After that, I need more High Maguses to go out and site search. And we need to find Fire Gems, like, badly. So... this does not give fire. I need fire gems. I forget what Nazmor's cap gives. Oh, 3 fire? God, I would like that. So we'll see. I'll probably take all this and kind of raid around here, and then maybe... I need to look at the positioning of these guys. These guys are coming in here. So if we look at these, everybody's kind of forward positioned. We're going to bring this guy in. Where's his stuff? Okay, that's actually fine. Now we're using 40 leadership guys. Up here, we're getting our first of our strategists, and she'll be leading my major armies. She's got 80 leadership. A shit ton of undead leadership too. So, and some good magic leadership. They're just really good leaders. So, we'll probably have at least one on each front. And this is probably my weakest, or my most weakly defended front. So, we do need to gather an army up here. But yeah, I have a feeling these elves are going to come up and take this. If they take this, I'm probably just going to fight them. Like, if they think, oh, they're going to have all of this, no, they're not. I'm not really that scared of elves. I mean, elves are going to do okay against Solus, but I don't know, it depends. Elves tend to not do super awesome against hordes and hordes of units, and they're definitely not good against archers, so. The only thing that kind of sucks for my archers is, so far these people have fire resistance. If everybody has fire resistance, and flaming arrows is gonna suck, which makes me sad, but. Flaming arrows is more of an issue for my Helid archers, these guys. Less of an issue for my crossbowmen. I need to get more temples up. My Dominion is like barely spreading. When you have good scales, you really need to spread it. So I think this is gonna be, we've got a Scrotty coming up. I really want to put a temple here. I might do one more Scrotty, and then we'll do a temple, but yeah. So I think that's mostly for the turn. We're still making Alquils, laying them down. My research is 165, which is not great, but it's not bad. I mean, I think that's totally respectable for turn 18. Construction, then we're going enchantment. So at enchantment 3, we're going to have personal region. We're going to have breath of winter. This will be good for Scrotty, potentially. Oh, the other thing is those guys do not have frost resistance. His little murder machines. So they're going to get murdered in the cold. Which would be a reason for me to actually go farther down here and make sure I get grip of winter basically as soon as I can. Foul vapors, I don't think they have poison resistance either. Like enchantment 5 is going to just mess these guys up. Let's double check. Or enchantment 6. Yeah, holy shit. Enchantment 6, they have no cold resistance. And they have no poison resistance. So I'm going to have grip of winter down. And foul vapors. Ooh. Going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. So anyway, and that's not that far away. Like, if I beeline for it, we can have it pretty fast. I do want to make a pit stop and get... God, do I want... I feel like I need Quicken Self, which is only Alt 2. So I don't know when I'll get Alt 2, but Alt 2 is going to be important for Scrotty. Alt 4 is going to be nice for Scrotty too, with Body Ethereal and Liquid Body. So... I may go Alt 4 and then Alt 6, but Enchantment 5 is going to be really good, so I'm probably going to get that before Alteration, and my Scrotty are probably mostly going to be Blood Hunting until I get some of this research done. But these things are going to stream by. Like, just this turn, we're going to finish Construction 4, we're going to have 65 left over to go Enchantment 2. We're going to be almost done with Enchantment 2. Next turn, we'll finish Enchantment 2, and we'll be pretty close to finishing Enchantment 3. And then we'll finish Enchantment 3, and we'll finish Enchantment 1, and we'll probably finish Enchantment 2. So, like, turn after, we're probably going to get 3 in a row. Then we'll do Conjuration. So it's going to be at least one research school finishing a turn for a while. Probably until we get to Enchantment 4. This might take us a couple turns. But our research is going to be ramping up too, because I'm making Alquils, be making hammers, which means more Alquils. If I get some better RNG on my effing smiths. This is the worst. To get this many of the little fire... God. Stupid fire. I've got so many of just the fire ones. So first of all, I haven't gotten hardly any of these second rolls. And then all mine have been fire, which is fine, kind of, but I want the air early. Anyway, kind of just bitching. And I haven't gotten any of the earth randoms. So I'm really glad that I went and queued this Crystal Mage up. Because so far I'm not getting lucky getting the Earth 2 variety. And I know I'm going to need a Crystal Mage anyway, but anyway. We'll see. I'll take that off for repeat recruitment for now. But okay, we have... And this was partially just from talking to you all. I have tempered my greed, where we've turned back on troop production and not only doing infrastructure. And next turn we will pop this, and then we're going to storm it. And there's nothing he's going to do to stop that from happening, I don't think. Turn after, we're going to pop this. I mean, we're going to move on. Next turn, we're probably going to move from here to here, though we'll see how this all depends. We could move somewhere else, but probably not. If... I wonder what he's going to do. This... We do need to see that. Oh, I'll put you on retreat in case bad things happen. You know, I feel like... I've got this guy... What is he doing at 29? Yeah, I don't need to do it there. We'll just do it on his capital. So there we go. Now, if we're doing that, we don't really need to have a scout there. So I guess I'll move south. I need to figure out who... So these guys and I need to be good friends because basically we share neighbors. So we cannot attack each other, but we both have neighbors. Does he have crossbows of France? You want cavalry, heavy infantry, okay. What I should do is I should invite him to this war. I need to tell him right now, because the more he gets, the less Max Verni gets. And Max, I like the player, but just objectively, I want my neighbors to have less, and I want people away from me to have more, unless they're getting out of control. And this guy is definitely not out of control. So, we need to do that. I'm going to do that right after this. And I need to be careful. I just need to say he's really scary. Maybe I'm going to get a screenshot ready and send Miss Bless too. I'm going to try to kind of get this guy. I'm not going to backstab these guys by kind of diploing against them exactly. But I'm just going to share how scary his Bless is since they're going to be neighbors. And it may be that if I don't think I'm going to attack these guys. I mean, I could. But I'm not ready for, I think, 12 turns. Like, I would be able to defend against them much sooner, especially if I rush enchantment. Like, Scrotty are not going to be the defense for these, but if I rush enchantment, I can definitely defend. I can defend. But for me to go on the offense, those guys are so killy, I need to have enough undead production, which I do not have right now, to, like, keep them kind of stalled out while Foul Vapors and Grip of Winter kill them. The other thing, and we'll kind of watch this, Grip of Winter is going to be so good against them, because one of the problems with, and like, I don't know if Foul Vapors triggers Berserk, but if you'll look, once they go Berserk, they start getting a fair amount of fatigue, and it just happens every turn, it doesn't turn off. So, we'll try to keep an eye on this guy. Oh, he died. Shit. Okay, we'll look at this guy, because he's running back. So he's at 28 fatigue right now. He's gone Berserk 7. What this should mean is, anything else happening, he's going to take 4 fatigue, but it's probably going to be 3, because I think you get the -1. So next time we look at him, he should be 31. There we go, 31. Look at that. It's like I can do math. But with Grip of Winter on, what it means is these guys are going to be going really slow. So if I've got like an Archer Corps popping them, making them go berserk, I've got Grip of Winter going. I could potentially even have Quagmire going. I can cast that super easy. If I've got all that stuff going, these guys are going to get murdered. Actually, Quagmire is going to be really good against them. Because their combat speed's not terribly high, so they're going to be going at like 5. And with Foul Vapors up, I don't even know. In Grip of Winter, like, yeah, they would just get absolutely murdered. Quagmire is also going to affect their encumbrance. So, yeah, it would be bad news bears for them. Obviously going to be a lot stronger in winter, in cold provinces, so I do need to work on my Dominion. What I'm really worried, not really worried, what I am a little worried about. Where was this guy going? Wait, I told him, oh, he's going to go here. What I'm a little worried about is them taking this. But I've got time. I don't need to be... I'm in such a good position right now. Got big armies. My research is hopping. I got away with being greedy, going for construction. That is about to pay off, I think, as we get hammers out, etc. Death income is 3. It's about to be 4 as soon as we take this. Can't site search, can I now? Continue sieging. Yeah, and who knows what goodies lie here, but hopefully there's some goodies. Anyway, I think that's it. Game's going well, having fun. Take care, guys.